In this Albion online video, I'm going to be proving and showing to you that other content creators, not all of them, but there's a lot of them, they mislead you. I'm going to show you how they mislead you and why they would be misleading you. Most of it is agendas and popularity contests and fart sniffing. I'm going to talk about what all of this stuff means in just a sec, but this all started when I like to Google my own name to see if people are talking crap. And look, there are so many channels that mislead, you know, they mislead their audiences. They say these fake things that aren't real. But the thing is that some of these creators say that I do the same thing, and I don't. I show all the proof on screen. I show all the time-lapsed, uncut footage, unedited footage. I don't hide the timer in the bottom right corner of my screen. I don't do anything like hide how much my inventory is worth. I don't do any of that kind of stuff when showing silver per hour videos. We're going to be talking about gathering specifically for this one. There are so many different ways that people mislead, and the reasons why, they want to get people in the black zone. They want to get people, you know, out there so they can gank them with their guilds and have more fun, and they blame me. All these content creators, these, these people, these guildies, they blame me because I'm telling the truth about the game and keeping you safe and getting you, you know, where you can farm enough silver to play however you want. You can go into the black zone if you want, but these guys are the ones, the real villains, are telling new players that they should only gather in the black zone and that they should gather without gathering gear. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But let me point out I'm pointing out one specific creator, and normally I wouldn't do this. Normally, as a YouTuber of my size, I would not punch down on smaller creators. However, when they punch up to me, I have to defend myself. Fisticuffs were thrown, and in this case, it's time for my retaliation, so let's talk about it. Here we have a Reddit post by Gentle King Adriatic, who was like, hey, I watched a good guide at Soul Benji Guide. This is not me on an alt account. This is a completely different person who just enjoyed my video, and apparently that guy is a business owner, and he recognizes game. He recognizes, good tips. And, he's at 16 comments, people complaining about me mainly, but one specific is this guy, and this guy's name is Fancanth, all right? And so he says, watch anyone other than Slow Benji. Oh, you making fun of my name? Okay, Joseph. Anyway, his content becomes intensely misleading. It's a lot of either basic info. Yeah, it's basic info because it's for new players. That stuff that new players wouldn't freaking know. When I was a new player and I didn't talk to anyone and look up guides and have anyone to tell me, I gathered for like 1 to 2 months without even knowing what a laborer or a journal was. I was losing money for like 2 months as I started out, okay? And anyway, and then he says outdated or incorrect info. Oh yeah, okay, sure. Maybe if I make like a how to farm a yellow zone dungeon 5 years ago, sure, you could say it's outdated. The silver per hour rates of a video uploaded 5 years ago might be a little bit outdated. The builds are still good. However, you say incorrect info, and that's completely false. I don't give incorrect info. I give exactly correct info. All of the info on my channel that I give is exactly tailored to a version of me that is either very old and forgets everything, or a version of me that hits his head and forgets completely how to play a video game. So it's basically, my YouTube channel is a journal to retain my power level when I return to the game years later, where I have already forgotten everything, as humans tend to do. So now, this is another thing, this sentence here. This is the whole reason I'm making this video. He will also have you believe that Black Zone is pointless and you never have to leave Blue Zone in your life to make billions. Yes, Black Zone is pointless when it comes to gathering. It absolutely is. And I'm talking about gathering because Fancanth, well, he's a streamer and he's a YouTuber and his entire content circles around gathering. That's his main niche. That is what he is focused on. Now, this is a guy that adamantly pushes new players, experienced players, and all players to only gather in black zones, and that it makes millions of silver. Now, I have debunked this endless amounts of times on my own channel by actually being in a top 10 guild and actually going out into black zones and gathering with a full gathering set with premium active and showing that it just isn't really worth doing. It's even without premium, the black zones are so risky. You end up losing more than you gain most of the time. And the silver per hour, even on sessions where you are not ganked and murdered, are less than blue zones. I do not agree that that should be the case, but that is unfortunately the case. Currently, with the in-game market the way it is and the way the economy is, it is more economical to gather in blue zones and some yellow zones for some gathering professions than it is to gather in a high-yield Tier 7, Tier 8 black zone, Road of Avalon, or even the Mists. Yes, you can sometimes get lucky. You can absolutely sometimes get lucky with rare materials and make a good haul. You absolutely could. But even in the best case scenario where you have the entire zone to yourself and there's a full, node yield of everything, the most you would make per hour in a best case scenario on the test server would be like 3 to 4 million an hour, okay? And that, again, comes with a black zone risk of being murdered and losing all of your loot. So Mr. Fancanth here hates my channel. I'm gonna go over exactly why this guy is trying to call me out and why Joseph is trying to, slander me. And I get it, he's a little small creator. He wants to punch up. He wants to anger the beast, so to speak. And, yeah, that's just how it is. But, so, we're going to go over the entire month of October from October 1st through October 30th, because I am filming this on the 30th. I'm not going to film this on Halloween. Come on now. But, I'm going to look over his entire kill board history, all right? And, you know what? I'll just show it to you in case something happens to it. Let me pull it up here real quick. And, all right, so, let me get it on the screen. All right, so we look at Fancanth's kill board. This is kills and deaths, whatever, from October 1st until, well, today's the 30th, but I guess he hasn't played in 3 days. Anyway, so what I did was I looked at every single death of his where he had gathering gear or a transport mount, and I tallied up how much silver that he lost. So let me show you on screen. We have, here's him dying, and here's him with a full gathering set of tools. He does not gather with gathering gear, by the way. I just want to point that out. Now, this guy does have premium active. All right, and for the month of October, he does have premium active, okay? Here's another one. I'm just going to flash these pretty quick on the screen here. You can see the silver value in the middle of how much he is losing. And this one, he was just doing stone gathering, I guess. And here we go. Now, this one, he had a pickaxe here, so this is technically a gathering tool. All right. And even if we don't count that, the math is still very, very close anyway. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're going to tally up all of the silver that he has died with and lost for the month of October. So while gathering, Mr. Joseph Fancanth, that's not his real name. Fancanth is not his real name. Lost 46.2 million silver in October in gear sets. And yeah, he goes out in like 6-3 battle axe, so a good amount of the silver is his combat set, and not so much the gathering tools. And that's fine, but it's still, imagine how much more often he would die without a high tier set if he's running a 4.1 set or even gathering gear. Despite, having a pretty good set where he can fight others and not get ganked by the usual stuff, he's still dying. He is still dying in the black zone, and this guy, he's trying to be the gathering guy for Albion, all right? And it's not going to work because he's getting blown the hell out because he decided to anger me. He decided to attack me on Reddit. Here's a tip, content creators. Don't talk about me, all right? You know I'm freaking right. My audience knows I'm right. And if you do go after me, then expect me to make a blowout video like this. That's just how it is. That is the nature of it. You don't get to attack me and think, oh, I'm just going to ignore him. I'm just going to, it's okay. He can just, no, you're going to get bullied back. Now, here's the facts, all right? There's a lot more content creators that are also guilty of this, but I'm a nice guy, all right? I'm a nice guy and not the creepy, I'm a nice guy that, girls hate kind of guy. I'm a nice guy that I'm not going to go out of my way to mess with anyone's little content creation journey, okay? But when they try to mess with me and mine, like I don't really care about Reddit. Reddit is like the same 10 people. Who cares, right? But this dude has had beef with me for a while, and it's time to put the foot down, all right? If this guy wants to settle it in real life, he's not in my weight class, but if he wants to go on street beefs or any of these other real-life fighting things, then set it up. I'll do it, all right? But you're out of my weight class, so you're going to have to gain like 150 pounds. I'm not losing weight to fight you. That's just how it is. I'd rather debate you instead with words. But anyway, besides that, he lost a whole lot of silver for the month of October. Now, what I have also done is I have painstakingly went through his streams on Kick and on Twitch, and he's dual streaming, so it's the same stream. But I have looked at his top 10 hourly gathering sessions. I took his highest earning top 10 gathering sessions in the black zone, and it's not pretty. His average silver earning. Now, remember, I want you to note that his streams, he has his webcam in the bottom right corner, or he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. And yes, I checked to see if he was a Boogaloo boy, because Boogaloo boys are alt-right extremists who wear Hawaiian shirts. He is not one of them. He's actually probably more libertarian or on the left side. I don't have any proof of this, but he is definitely not on the right, because if he was, he'd probably be my friend if he was. But he's not. And I'm going to explain the type of people that he hangs out with and why he's attacking me in just a bit, so stay tuned for that. But if I took his top earning for the month of October, the top 10 earning gathering sessions per hour that he did, it averages only 1,023,000 silver per hour. And I want you to remember, this guy is using all tier 8 gathering tools. He is also using premium and a porcupine. Now, he is not gathering a specific material because he has all the tools with him, and he does not use gathering gear. He uses PvP combat gear. He runs a battle axe set that's pretty meta, pretty standard, pretty safe. He prefers to be safe and not die as much. So this is a gatherer that does not die nearly as much as other gatherers do. I will give him that. He has a pretty high survival rate. However, the time that he was streaming is about 45-ish hours, all right? Now, there's no way for me to know how many hours in the month of October he's played. However, and I know for a fact that in the 45 hours of stream video footage that I was able to get a hold of, he wasn't gathering in those entire 45 hours, all right? Now, I just want to point out, if you are a Blue Zone gatherer and you are gathering for 45 hours, you will make 45 million silver, and you will lose nothing. You will lose nothing. And if you have premium, you will make even more. And currently, a lot of my gathering videos as of late 2025, I've been earning like 1.2, 1.5, even 2 million silver per hour, because there's no new players anymore gathering in the safe zones, and the cost of everything is just going up and up and up. And so Blue Zone is still winning way hard over Yellow Zone, and that's the main takeaway of this video that I want to put you here. But if you take, let's just assume that for the month of October, he played for 45 hours, all right? That's how much data I have from his streams. He, of course, probably plays off stream, yada, 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 right? But for and let's also assume, which he did not do, but let's assume he did, 45 hours on stream gathering. This means with his average of 1,023,000 silver per hour, he would make 45 times 1023000, 46,035,000 silver. For a loss, because of his deaths, remember, he would have now lost, in the entire month of October, 217,917 silver. Now, obviously, he didn't lose that much silver in the month of October. However, I also don't know his, his transactions in the game. I don't know what he's selling, what he's buying, what he's replacing, or what he does with his in-game money. But if you check his streams at the 1st of October and look at his silver count, and that is whenever, he opens the inventory and you see how much silver he has in his inventory, and then you click on the end of October and see how much silver he has in his inventory, he is up to 3 million silver. That's it. Like, I understand a lot of people don't hold liquid silver. That's fine. Streamers like Juan, you go watch a Juan stream, his silver goes up between 7 and 8 billion all the time, whatever. But, this guy is pushing Black Zone Gathering as the ends-all be-all to, like, economy and money-making, and then he's saying that Blue Zone Gathering bad, Swole Benji wrong, when if you look at the actual data that anyone can look up, that he's losing more than he's potentially earning, all right? And again, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I took his top 10 highest yielding runs, which were all pretty much worse than the blue zone, all right, and averaged them out, all right? Now, if I averaged all of his runs or his worst runs, it would be an even bigger discrepancy, all right? And as far as, you know, his deaths prior to October, I do not have that data. I don't care to look up that data. I wanted to look up recent data. Now, let's talk about why would this guy try to slander me? Why would this guy try to mislead people on Reddit? And it's simple, all right? So, first and foremost, this one's a theory, but there's a few other things that I have that aren't theories. I'm not going to say where the dude lives in real life, because that's not something I would do. I don't care about messing with people's real life. But he does live close to where another streamer used to live, named Flaccid Baron, who hated my guts. Flaccid Baron is a guy I've never spoken to, never interacted with once, but the dude seethed and molded so hard he's possibly gone. I have no proof that he's gone. And when I say gone, I mean dead. Yes, Flaccid Baron is presumably dead, okay? And this guy lives pretty close to where Flaccid Baron lived. And so maybe they were friends, and maybe Flaccid Baron's hatred of me, blind hatred, with no course or reason hatred, by the way, spilled off to this Fancanth guy. That's just a theory, all right? And but I have other more conclusive things that aren't theories. So if you type /stats Fancanth, you can see that he is in the guild Iconic, which is spelt stupid. It's a stupid spelling. I'm going to say it right now. It's like Econic with a K? What? Anyway, if you click on this guild, you'll see that the guild master is someone named Ragdoll Megs. If you are unaware of who this person is, Ragdoll Megs is the wife, I'm pretty sure she's the wife, not like a girlfriend, of Nizori, who is another Twitch streamer who is technically an employee of Sandbox Interactive. Nizori works for Sandbox Interactive. He's an employee, all right? This dude has, like, Game Masters on speed dial, and if you gank him in a yellow zone, he bans you for 2 weeks. What a little twat. But anyway, Ragdoll Megs, again, leader of Iconic, Guildmaster of Iconic, and I want you to look here. The requirements for joining Iconic is 5 million PvP fame. Well, Fancanth only has 1.64 million PvP fame. And so, how did he get in the guild without meeting that requirement? Well, he's not a random recruit. He is literally one of Nizori's fart sniffers. He is one of the coattail riders of Nizori. And that whole group of people that they interact with, they're all hard leftists, and they hate people like me. They don't like truth tellers like me. Nizori's always hated me, even though I've never talked to him. I've never really interacted with him, other than one time in a yellow zone where he flagged up on me, and I defended myself with some other people who were also flagged up as, you know, or they weren't flagged up either. We were doing a group dungeon, and he happened to be in it. And oops, you flagged up on me, and I have 8.4, and you don't, and so you got downed a few times. And then I left, because people were like, oh, he's streaming, you know, you should, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, the point is that this guy is a Nizori sympathizer. This guy is a Nizori fart sniffer. And his group doesn't like me, and that's why he's trying to call me on Reddit. And here's the thing, too. As far as I know, and I don't have proof of this because I'm not part of the content creator Discord, but there is this big rule in the content creator Discord that after eCourt and the German guy, I don't even remember his name, like Coco. I think it's Coco, yeah. Like, they got into it, and they started spilling the beans of all their secret crap and stuff and all their dramas. And then Sandbox Interactive, you know, no fun allowed, of course, disallowed content creators to go after each other. However, Sandbox Interactive hates me, even though I've helped their game more than anyone else combined. And I guess I'm fair game. I guess I'm just fair game, right? And because I'm not part of the content creator slop, you know, I don't have these rules to abide by. And so when these content creators want beef with me, which this Fancanth guy clearly wants beef because he's talking smack on Reddit, here it is. You make 1 million silver per hour, Fancanth, in the black zone. You die more than you earn from gathering. I don't know about your other earnings. I don't know about market flipping. I don't know what else you do. I'm not going to watch your streams. I'm not going to watch your channel or anything. I just know that based on the data that I have, you don't gather enough to make up for the amount of times you die. And you're dying in 9.1 sets, or 8.1, whatever. tier 9 sets. Okay, yeah, 6-3, 6 plus 3 is 9. You guys understand how numbers work, all right? And yeah, you're not making more than you're gathering. And you're telling people on Reddit, you're misleading new players on Reddit that the Black Zone is better, dude. Oh man, oh wow, so cool, so manly. You know what? You know what's manly? You know what people think is manly? Drinking beer, smoking cigars, doing steroids, getting tattoos, and sleeping with multiple women. You know what's degenerate? Alcohol. You know what's degenerate? Smoking. You know what's degenerate? Tattoos. Yes, tattoos are degenerate. And you know what else is degenerate? Sleeping with multiple women. Okay. That's what you guys are. Oh, I'm going to the Black Zone. Yeah, congrats. You're like a biker dad. You're like a Harley Davidson. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at me. I've got my Corvette outside. I'm gonna rev it up and annoy the neighborhood. All right. Yeah, that's what you are. That's what you are, a digital version of that. It's not cool. It's not productive. It's nothing. And at the end of the day, the smart people, the people that know how the game works and can recognize numbers and pattern recognition, absolutely know for a fact that you're full of shit and that the Blue Zone, when tried and tested, makes more silver than the Black Zone. The Blue Zone makes more silver when gathering than the Black Zone. End of and simple as. All right. And I know that's not what you want to hear or how the game should be. Yes, I agree. You should make more silver per hour in a dangerous, higher risk zone. That is not the case. I didn't make the freaking game. I'm just a guy that wants to figure out the most efficient way to do things. That's all. That's all I do. That's my whole shtick. That's my whole niche. Hey guys, here's a new game. Here's how to make all the money. Here's how to level up fast. That's literally all I do. That's my life. All right? And if I was wrong, I'd be sitting just like you at the bottom of the barrel with only 100K monthly views and 1,000 subscribers, having to work at a crappy recruitment office for medical workers. Oops! Whoopsie! You fucked up. Too bad. Pick on someone else next time. You know I'm right. Everyone knows I'm right. You're wrong. Now I'm gonna let you make up for it. I'm gonna let you make up for it. Okay? I'm gonna let you make up for it, and you're gonna figure out how to do that. But if any other content creators want to beef with me, I've got the whole month of November, December to do this shit, okay? Like, there's nothing to play. If you want to call me out, I will dig up every little thing about you and call your ass out online, of course, not your real... I don't care about your real life. All right, I don't care about it. But... yeah, my name's, some guy 123. The best fame per hour is in the arena, dude. No, it isn't. It literally isn't. Scrapped online. Stop telling people that arena is the best fame per hour. Scrapped online. It isn't. Your channel is paid for by editors. Your channel's you literally hired an editor, right? Oh, it took 4 weeks to make a video. Oops, I can shut out a video in like 8 minutes. I could do 40 videos a day. You can't compete. And then I'm looking through some of these people's Reddit posts, and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber, and I want to learn all the blah, 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 blah. And they're going to, like, r/newtubers and stuff, and it's like, if you want to be a YouTuber so bad, maybe you should have been my friend and not Nazori's. What the fuck is Nazori going to do for you? He ain't going to do jack shit. He's going to use you up and chew you up and spit your ass out and throw you into the dumpster when he's through with you. And then he's going to laugh about it. That's what he does. Go look at his old videos. He made a video where he stream sniped someone in like Mortal Online 2, and then he gets stream sniped, and then he's all like, Game Masters, ban him, Game Masters. What a twerp. What a loser. Absolutely. Anyway, that's the video, guys, and let me know what you think. Also, I don't want to see my loyal commenters commenting on these other dorks' fake videos. They're misleading videos. Ben Tori, I've seen you. You've been like a channel member for like 2-something years. Why are you turning traitor? Why are you commenting on these people's channels? What is wrong with you? What are you doing? Are you a spy? What's going on? Anyway, that's all I got, and I'll see you on the next. Let me know what you want to see. I know that, a whole, like, however long this video is of ranting, but it's really infuriating. Imagine, like, dude, I've been a new player in other games. And I see new players getting misled every freaking day on Reddit, and because I don't have a Reddit account, I can't swoop in and save the day. There was a guy that posted, he hasn't played in like 2 to 3 years, and he had a question, what is the most efficient way to fame farm in today's current meta? And people were telling him to go to Avalon Roads or do corrupted dungeons. Oh yeah, and like there's a bunch of people, they're like, yeah, corrupted dungeons, that sounds good, that sounds correct. No, corrupted dungeons are not the way to fame farm. It's not. And then you still have people to this day telling people, oh, the Black Zone is the best fame farm. Bro, it isn't. It isn't even close. It isn't even close to the Trio Depths. You go into the Trio Depths as a solo, and even though you're getting beaten up and chased by players, and you know sometimes you can't find mobs, it is still on average more fame per hour than anything else. It doesn't even come close, brother. It doesn't even come close. But, you know, you're never going to get a correct answer on Reddit because all these people gatekeep, all these people fart sniff and circle jerk, and that's all they care about. And, you know, when they try to punch up to me, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to call their ass out. I'm going to be like, okay, Mr. Expert of the Gathering of the Black Zone, who only has, like, a month of data? What? Why? Either Killboard isn't keeping all the data, or you're semi-new to the game. I don't know what it is. I don't really care. But at the end of the day, I have numbers that prove I'm right, and I have numbers that prove you're wrong. Oops. Anyway, that's all I got. See you later. Click the button on the right side of your screen, and if you don't, then you will invoke the wrath of a random Karen at a grocery store or an arcade or a fast food joint. I don't know. But you'll just aggro a random Karen who will get mad at you for something stupid. And then, you know, it'll just be a minor inconvenience. Or maybe you want the Karen to aggro so that you'll have someone to beef with in real life. I know I do. I just hope that someone starts trying to, like, call me out in real life so I can just make a big scene in the middle of the grocery store and get everyone mad at me because I'm a big, strong man and she's a little itty-bitty old lady that's angry about something random. I don't give a shit. I just want to make a memory, something that someone will remember 20 years from now. They'll think back, hey, remember that time I was at the grocery store and that schizo went freaking crazy? Oh man, that was a good time, right? And then when we're all dead in the afterlife and we look back on it, I can be like, hey, remember that time that I was trolling you in that grocery store? And the old lady could be like, yeah, that was funny as hell, dude. You know, good play there, right? And, hey, you want to re-roll in the 1400s and be sick peasants and cause the Black Plague? I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And then we have a little co-op adventure in the 1400s. Anyway, do you guys believe in re-rolling in real life? Do you believe that you get to pick a different time zone? Why the hell did my soul choose to make a character in the 2020s? What the hell? What the hell-y? I don't know, but click the button on the right side of your screen or bad thing happen.